Welcome to Selection Sathi. Today we cover C control flow and functions if-else, switch case, for and while loops, and how to write functions in C. These are the building blocks of every C program and are heavily tested in gate and interviews. Let's dive in. First concept if, else if, and else. The if statement evaluates a condition. If the condition is true, meaning non-zero, the block executes. If it is false, meaning zero, the block is skipped. You can chain multiple conditions using else if they are checked in order and the first true condition wins. The else block at the end is the fallback when nothing else matched. A common gate question is the dangling else problem. In C, an else always binds to the nearest unmatched if. To avoid ambiguity, always use curly braces around your if and else blocks. Second concept, switch case. Switch takes an integer or character expression and matches it against constant case values. When a match is found, execution starts from that case. The break statement exits the switch. If you forget break, execution falls through to the next case, which is usually a bug. The default case handles any value that didn't match. It's optional but good practice to always include it. Important restriction: you cannot use float values, strings, or ranges in case labels. Only integer and character constants are allowed. Third concept, loops. The for loop has three parts. Initialization runs once at the start, the condition is checked before each iteration, and the update runs after each iteration. The while loop checks the condition first. If it's false initially, the body never executes. The do-while loop is different. The body executes at least once because the condition is checked after each iteration. Break exits the loop entirely. Continue skips the rest of the current iteration and jumps to the next one. With nested loops, break only exits the innermost loop. Fourth concept, functions in C. A function declaration has a return type, a name, and parameters in parentheses. For example, int add of int a comma int b. The return type specifies what the function gives back. Void means it returns nothing. In C, parameters are passed by value. The function receives a copy, not the original variable. To modify the original, you pass a pointer instead. You can declare a function prototype before main and define the function body after main. This tells the compiler the function exists before it's used. First example, check even or odd. We have int n equals 7. We use the modulo operator. If n%2 equals 0, the number is even. 7%2 gives 1, which is not 0, so the else branch executes and prints odd. The modulo operator gives the remainder of integer division. Even numbers always have remainder 0 when divided by 2. Second example, switch calculator. We have a equals 10, b equals 3, and op equals the plus character. The switch statement evaluates op. It matches case plus, so it executes printf a plus b which prints 13, then break exits the switch. If op were minus, it would print 7. If star, 30. If slash, 3 because integer division truncates. The default case catches any invalid operator character. Third example, printing a star pattern with nested for loops. We want a right triangle of stars with 4 rows. The outer loop runs I from 1 to 4, controlling the row number. The inner loop runs j from 1 to I, printing I stars on each row. After the inner loop, we print a new line to move to the next row. Row 1 has 1 star, row 2 has 2 stars, row 3 has 3 stars, and row 4 has 4 stars. Nested loops are a favorite pattern question in interviews. Fourth example, recursive factorial function. Factorial of n is n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 all the way down to 1. The base case is, if n is less than or equal to 1, return 1. The recursive case is, return n times factorial of n minus 1. Let's trace factorial of 4. 4 times factorial 3, which is 3 times factorial 2, which is 2 times factorial 1. Factorial 1 returns 1. Then 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 6 is 24. The answer is 24. Quick tips. Tip 1. The dangling else always pairs with the nearest unmatched if. Use braces to make your intent clear. Tip 2. Forgetting break in switch causes fall through. All cases below the matched one will execute. Tip 3. Do while guarantees at least one execution, perfect for menu-driven programs. Tip 4. Every recursive function needs a base case. Without it, you get infinite recursion and a Stack Overflow crash. For more concept videos like this, download the Selection Sathi app. Like and subscribe. Thank you.